All right, here we are. It's May 19th, May 20th, right?
May 20th.
May 20th, I'm sorry. May 20th, another edition of the Sporting Hour. And for tonight, Sam Carpel, my usual stat and board guy, is taking care of some law school stuff, and he's moving. So Pablo Vega is going to sit in for me. And by the way, Pablo Vega is also the owner of this very nice studio we're sitting in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does the sound and audio for us, but he's got a nice studio. We've been doing the show the last few weeks because the move of the radio show. But we're going to start off with music interlude by Curtis Mayfield, and we're right back. Thank you. Yeah, I got you.
You want the whole song play?
Yeah. I'm gonna text Happy. I'll text him to see why they call me. Yeah. All right, we're back, and as usual, we start the show with a section we like to call the Woodshed. That's where I pick a sports topic, be it a coach, a player, a fan, management, whatever, and we either congratulate or we let them have it. today is the what I call new and shiny. New and shiny would be, well, it used to be, remember when LeBron left, Pablo, remember LeBron left Cleveland and went to Miami? Mm-hmm. What was the big thing? The big thing was he teamed up with Wade, who was already there, and a great player in his own right. Took another top 10 Eastern player in Bosch and put them all on one team. The big three. Other teams have tried that. Philip had tried it. Injuries kind of killed that, and bad attitude and not in shape with Embiid and Harden. The third guy would have been Tobias Harris, but he's not really. But anyway, that didn't work. Another big three. The point I'm making is now it's about roster construction. Almost every championship team has been led by a wing or a center. Now it's guard led. Mm-hmm. OKC, SGA. The Knicks, Brunson. Timberwolves, Anthony Edwards. And even though he's not the leading scorer, Halliburton is the leader for Indiana. Mm-hmm. Kind of like what Magic wasn't ever the leading scorer. Well, it was after Kareem retired, but he was the leader. Now, Halliburton's not remotely in Magic's class, but he is a good player. The point I'm making is that now it's about a guard, a stud guard. The point guard, like pure point guard, the 14 to 16-point guy who's free throws at the end, runs his team, that's kind of dead. Now they're more like playmakers. Those guys grew up watching Jordan, watching Kobe, what have you, and they want to be the same guy. Allen Iverson, I got you. Mm-hmm. Allen Iverson. I think my co-host, Mr. Happy Cole, is laying in wait. We'll get with him in just a second. But I'm telling you, it's totally different now. Oh, yeah. I can think of 2 NBA champions who have been led by a guard, or you could say the smallest guy on the team, or the smallest starter. Who do you think I'm talking about? Come on, Pablo. You know hoops.
Let's go Suns.
They never won.
They never won. You're right. Let's see.
Stop it. Curry.
Yeah. Warriors.
And
Detroit.
Isaiah Thomas. Isaiah Thomas, yeah. So I bring Happy in just a second. I think there's been the big three is out. Now it's about roster construction. A lot of good players around one great one. And that's where we are now. Mm-hmm. And management. Management plays a role too. You got a good GM, man. I tell you the best GM in the NBA. Sam Presti, Oklahoma City. Mm-hmm. He's got, don't they have in the next 5 years, something crazy, 12 or 13 first-round draft picks? Probably lose that for us real quick. Mm-hmm. Bob Meyer, who left Golden State, now is in the studio. He was great. He built Golden State. And can you believe at one time there was a decision whether to keep Curry or Monta Ellis? Remember Monta Ellis?
Yeah, I remember Monta.
He was a good player, man. Hurt his ankle. He was a damn good player, though, but turns out they made the right choice. They traded in Minnesota.
Yeah, so we got 3 first-round picks in 26 and 2 second-round picks.
Yeah, but I'm talking the next 4 or 5 years, they got tons.
Oh, tons.
Yeah, tons. Mm-hmm. They're gonna be a tough out, man, for the next few years. Let me welcome my co-host, Mr. Happy Cole, nationally known comic. How you doing, Hap?
What's going on, fellas?
You the man. We waiting on you.
Yeah.
How's did you do? You have a show later tonight. Not you didn't do a show previous to this, right?
Right. Yeah, I'll show later tonight. Yep.
All right. Cool. Has been doing comedy a long time. That's how we met. Actually, he's very good at what he does, man. But what happened? What years does he have? 40 plus?
44.
Jesus. Telling jokes, making me laugh. Hey, Pablo was so bad, man. I should travel with him when I first met him because I was so enamored with this comedy. I would laugh before the punchline because I knew his whole act and ruin it for him. Oh, no. And he would have to say to the crowd, please, that's my crazy friend. He knows the joke. So remember that? Happy, you still there?
Crazy.
That was crazy, man. It was crazy. I would laugh before the punchline because I knew all the jokes, man. All right, anyway, getting back. Hap, do you agree with what I said about it's not the big three anymore? Remember LeBron left Cleveland? That was the whole talk, and all the league tried to copy it?
Well, what the NBA is a different animal now because there's many ways to win a championship. Mm-hmm. So, and it's exciting to me to see this, all right? So,
oh, yeah.
You take a team like Golden State, who basically, until they got KD, was all their own people for the most part.
Yes. Homegrown
They had
talent.
won a championship before KD. Then they won one with KD. Then I think they won one after KD.
22 in Boston.
So that is the essence of what the NBA should be. The ability to win championships and compete on a yearly basis without going out and trying to put together a team of superstars. See, LeBron James ruined it for a lot of people because they thought that was a formula for a minute. They thought if we get big three, if I team up with other superstars and another superstar and another superstar, we can win for sure. That's not the winning formula. That is not how you win in the NBA.
I mean, I agree with you.
Most teams who won championships did not construct a team that way and have not had a big three and still won championships. Now, this is why I like the Indiana Pacers myself, because they don't have any great players on that team at all. None.
Good players.
They have a lot of good players, and Carlisle has put in a great system for his good players to excel.
That guy knows he's doing.
That's why I like Indiana.
Yeah, he's a good coach. He's a good coach. Now, Hap, you remember this, man. You remember when the Lakers put, I think, together what you might call the first super team. They had Gary Payton, Kobe, Shaq, Karl Malone, and who was the fifth starter? I cannot remember.
It didn't matter. They lost.
They lost to Detroit, a team of good players, no superstar. Matter of fact, lost 4 games to 1. They got pummeled.
Yeah, they lost.
Yeah. But who's that fifth starter on that team, man? I'm trying to think what year was that. Look that up, please, Pablo.
Yeah.
Who's that fifth starter on that Laker team with Malone? Now, in deference to him, Malone did hurt his knee and was hobbling some of that series, but that team was loaded.
Yeah, but again, it didn't matter because they got outplayed by a team that had a better system.
It was Derek Fisher. You remember?
Yeah, they got outplayed by a team that had a better system.
Yep. No, it wasn't. It was Horace Grant. No, you're right. It was Derek Fisher. Mm-hmm. Horace Grant came off the bench. But you remember Rick Fox was on that team. Devin George. Yeah, I remember that, man. It was crazy. Anyway, but now, like I said, the thing is it's all about roster construction. It's guard led and management. So I think it's been a turn of the tide. And you said it right, Hap. When LeBron went to Miami, that's what everybody tried to do.
Yeah, that's not the format. And I don't necessarily think it's guard led, but I think it's more a team game now than depending on superstars to get you through.
Well, happy. Who New York's best player? Jalen Brunson.
Yeah, he might be the best player, but without Cat, they don't get to where they are now.
He came back in Game 6 to clinch it, but he was getting okay. All right. SGA, the best player at OKC. Agree?
Yeah, but without the other guard, they don't get to where they are now.
But isn't that true for anybody? You can't win 1-on-5 or 4-on-5. That's true. But I'm saying the best player on the team. That's what I mean by guard led. And who else we got? Knicks, Indiana. Oh, Halliburton leads the Pacers. Siakam's very good. He's their leading scorer. And then Anthony Edwards at Minnesota.
Well, I'll tell you right now.
What's that?
If the Tasmanian Devil doesn't play like he does,
Julius Randle.
They don't. If Randall doesn't play like he does, they don't play. They don't get to where they are now.
He stepped up his playoff resume, no doubt about it.
Because this is the best he's played in his career. Even when he was in New York, he didn't play this good.
Oh, he's rolling. He's rolling, man. I said rolling. So, he's rolling.
Without him, and I don't care what Anthony Edwards does. Without him, they don't get the Western Conference.
Well, just like no matter how good Jordan was, without Pippen, he wouldn't have done it, right? So I'm gonna agree with you.
But you're looking at 2 of the top 50 players that ever played the game now. So I can't use that. But these teams with Halliburton, these teams with Bronson,
they're teams. They're not superstar teams. I got you.
They're teams, yeah.
I follow
Bronson can have an off night, and they can still win.
I got your point. You're saying
Jordan and Pippen have an off night. They're not going to win.
They're in trouble, yeah. Here we go. That's the woodshed for tonight. We're gonna rock and roll now. All right, Hap. We're gonna stick with it. NBA playoffs. Hap. First of all, let me say this and see if Pablo agrees with me. Teams we thought had something cooking, as in dynasty. Dynasty meaning 2 champions in a row or more, but it didn't work out. Denver. Remember when this is 3 years ago? They won. Everybody's like, maybe they were done because their GM left and went to Minnesota and built a team to beat them.
Mm-hmm.
That's why the Timberwolves are kicking their butts now. And who was the other teams? Come on, Boston. I think with Tatum going to be out until at least the All-Star game next year, or maybe longer. He might miss the whole year next year. That's done. Because they were the best team. Wouldn't you agree, Hap, if they were if Tatum's not hurt?
Well, they certainly had the best starting five that you could put on the floor at one point.
That's pretty good. Probably you can join in anytime.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
Yeah, best five players if Porzingis is not hurt, if he's healthy.
Yeah. I think so. When everybody's healthy in the Boston Celtics team, that starting five
pretty good.
Is pretty good. And then they've got a little deep bench there. They bring Pritchard off, to bring Horford off the bench. So they have a really, really good starting seven, but I think they have the best starting five in the NBA.
Hap, is Horford done? Pablo?
I think so.
It's 38, man. It's over.
No, he's been playing.
But I tell you what, though, in his prime, he could have been on my team in some form or fashion every time. That guy was a winner. He played the right way. He never tried to do more than he could do. I like Horford, man. And people forget he's on those back-to-back Florida teams.
Yep.
They won the championship. Wasn't that right, Happy? 2001, 2002?
Yeah.
06 and 7.
Yeah.
That would make him too old. Yeah, you're right. 06 and 7.
06 and 7. Yep.
They were good. Your Horford was nice with it, man. But I think he's on the back burner. Yeah, he's in the region.
Depending on how to use him. They could use him like they did your boy in Miami.
Who's that?
He was there for 52 years.
You dogs have him?
Yeah. So
he's still getting a check.
He's the longest lasting Miami Heat's player, right? Of all time?
Without question, that's true.
Yeah.
He's got to be up there, man. Hey, Happen I having have a connection with the guy who holds the NBA record playing for the most teams, Chucky.
Oh, Chucky Brown tied for the 14 teams, I think.
16. Him and Jimmy Jackson, I think it is.
16.
I think you might be right. I think I'm exaggerating. I think you're right.
I think it's 14.
Yeah. And a nice guy. But he went to NC State, so we got to give him a hard time. But Chucky was led the ACC in rebound his senior year. It was all first team All ACC when it was a 4-year league. So he got a little bragging rights in his head. All right, let's go to NBA playoffs. All right, who's going to do? Happy, did you expect? I tell you, I didn't expect the Knicks to beat the Celtics, but the injury, and even before that, they outplayed the Knicks, though. They out-toughed the Knicks.
You mean the Knicks out-toughed the Celtics, or?
I'm on drugs, man. That's what I meant to say. The Knicks out-toughed the Celtics. They were the better team they won, 4 games to 2? They were the better team for most of this. Only one game did the Knicks outplay them and trounce them, that last game.
Well, look, it is really hard to call that series when you take away, 30 to 40 points a game. But injuries happen. So Boston lost and New York won, and and they may have beaten them with Tatum. But that's one thing we'll never know. All we can do is speculate on that. So it is part of the game now. So Tatum got hurt. They went down. Jaylen Brown was also hurt, and he could not lead the Celtics to a comeback in that series.
Yeah, Brown's injury wasn't publicized or talked about that much, but you made a good point on that last possession where he tried to get that 3 off. He had no lift. He couldn't get it off.
Well, I knew something was wrong with him when they let the center from the Knicks close out on him like that and didn't go around him. So
didn't even attempt it. He just kind of
that's right.
Yeah. Now Tatum's been first team All NBA the last 3 years. Definitely 2, but maybe 3. Is he one of the best 5 players in the league by position? What do you think?
Well, what position do you put him at?
Small forward, the 3. That's where he's made it.
Small forward, huh?
I'm saying by position, is he a first team All NBA?
Well, by position, yeah. Well, where do you put Brown?
Yeah, well, that's why I'm asking, because I remember you saying you thought Brown was the best player. What was it, last year? He was the MVP of the Eastern Conference Finals and the Finals, but didn't play on the Olympic team? That was crazy.
Yeah. You know what? I got to tell you, I think the Celtics And I think Brad Stevens has done a tremendous job in putting that team together.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing that's always not been an issue, but I've noticed about the Celtics, despite the talent they have, they always play a bad quarter.
Yeah.
In every playoff game they've ever been in, with the exception of the one they blew the Knicks out. But every playoff game they've been in for the last couple of years, they don't play all 4 quarters. Now, and I don't know if it's coaching, and I don't know if it's commitment. I don't know if it's, they're taking a day off or taking a quarter off or whatever. But that's the thing in my mind that never made me think that they would be, a dynasty.
Oh, and they're a weird home team. They lose games at home, blow people out on the road, but they're a weird home team, man. Dynasty teams, man, close the door at home. They're a weird home team, and they also, like you said, they don't play full games, and they lose games to teams that just aren't as good as they are. So I don't know.
Well, they don't have and I think they lack the mental toughness to close a lot of games out. I think they get up and they relax. You see, and my philosophy would be different. When they're up by 20, they still shoot 35, 43s.
Yeah.
When you're up by 20, there's really no need to do that. You get the ball in the paint and finish the game. So by shooting threes, you give a chance, give a team to get a rebound and come down and score. Because if you miss, there's a good chance it's going to be a long rebound. There's a good chance the other team's going to get it.
Right.
And they're going to get a fast break opportunity, come down and score. If you take the ball in the paint, have Brown and Tatum and White and whoever else is on the court, Pritchard, go to the basket and only shoot threes when you're open, not make that now your number one, choice on offense that you're up by 20. I think these games would be different. I mean, they should have never been down in that series to New York. Never.
Never. They got one club in their bag, man. The 3-point shot.
Yeah,
that's all they got.
That's all they use. They have more than that in their bag. That's all they use.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
But it's crazy to think about, considering how great a player Porzingis is, how big he is, and also how athletic Jaylen Brown is. He can get into the basket and get fouled pretty much on contact.
And you put Porzingis at that guy's 7'3" or wherever he is. He's a great free throw shooter.
Yep.
So he's not one of those big guys you can foul and put on the line.
Right.
He's a great free throw shooter, man. A great jump shooter.
Yep.
I mean, come on. Hap, that's a great point. I said they got one club in the bag. You said they got more than one club. They only use one, right?
They choose to use that.
That's what I'm
club.
saying. Yeah.
So they got a lot in the bag. They got a lot of clubs in the bag, but somehow they've hung their hat on that one.
So the question is, does that mean was Missoula fortunate, or?
Well, this is what I'm saying.
Pushing the wrong buttons.
It is something is lacking there. I don't know if it's the coaching, the commitment, the understanding of how basketball should be played, the mental mindset, because these lapses should not be happening.
Yeah. I just hope Tatum comes back, man, reasonably close to what he was. But I said this before and didn't give it much thought. I had Dominic Wilkins as a guy who came back. No, Dominic was a high flyer. Towards Achilles, Atlanta, played the Clippers for a minute, and then he finished the career in Boston. He came back reasonably close, still kind of close to 20-point guy. Man, Kobe Bryant towards Achilles. So did Kevin Durant. I let those two guys out. But yeah, you can come back for it, man. Used to be you told your Achilles that you were done.
That's it.
But now, those three guys have proven you can come back. No small guard whose game is speed and quickness totally has come back, but those guys did. Kobe came back even more in his bag. So after he tore the Achilles, he went and worked out with Olajuwon and improved his post game. All right, now this is touch happy personally. The Pacers put a whooping on Cleveland, man. I think Cleveland just had some injury issues, man. They had the wrong time for everybody to get hurt. Garland, Mobley, and Mitchell, the three best players, all missed some time in that series. Now, the Pacers were on a heater, but I think injuries not included. I mean, I'm talking about debilitating injury where you miss time or you're affected by it. I ain't talking about like a bruise or something like that. I think Cleveland's a better team. Indiana was on a heater, and I think Indiana's going to beat the Knicks. This is just my personal opinion, but we get to that later in predictions.
That's not what you said yesterday.
I changed my mind. That's why the show is today.
Good Lord.
The day. Have you never changed your mind before? The show is today.
Good
Pacers,
Lord.
man.
You
Pacers.
should go into politics.
That's pretty good. Yeah, the Pacers, man.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Listen, first of all, about the Cavaliers, it's not a personal interest to me. I could care less if they win or lose.
Hold on, wait a minute. I got you. Because you said with your own mouth you want Cleveland to win.
Yeah, I could really care less if they win or lose, and here's why I said that.
Go.
Because I wanted them to not be the only team that LeBron James won a championship.
Comes back LeBron again. All right, wait. I asked you this today. Hap, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the strongest, how much do you dislike LeBron James?
Man, you know I don't like LeBron James, man.
I just want to hear you say it for the listeners.
I'd rather get a root canal with no anesthesia.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. I'd rather have a kidney stone pulled out straight out.
Whoa. They say that's painful, man.
I believe it.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. So, but in the bottom skin of things, I could really care less if Cleveland win or loss. That's the only reason I was hoping they would win. But it is, like I just said earlier, in sports, injuries are a part of it.
Yeah, things happen.
So teams, the team you're playing against, they don't give a damn about you being hurt. I got to win 4 games. I don't care who you put on the court.
Matter of fact, I don't care so much that I'll try to hit you when you're hurt.
Well, they were talking about these guys not being there those first couple of games and guard on those guys. But they might as well not even say that. Why would they say that? Why would they make a big deal about that? The other team doesn't give a damn, all right? And in the NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball, whatever professional sport you
NHL,
play,
it doesn't matter.
It's always the next guy up.
Yeah.
So I don't want to hear this. I get it. I mean, it's hard to lose those guys. I understand it. But I don't want you to dwell on that. Okay, they're not playing. Who's next up? Let's move on.
Let's go. Yeah. You're right. So we got Indiana and the Knicks in the finals, Eastern Conference Finals. Yesterday I did say Knicks, but I've changed my mind overnight. I'm going.
Let me guess. You go with Indiana and OKC.
Yeah, Indiana, OKC. But yeah, we haven't gotten to the West yet. Yeah. I think OKC just deeper than Minnesota, but we'll see. Who you got? Who you got?
Pablo?
Indiana.
Yeah.
He'll change his mind back next week.
All right, Hap. Who you got? Indiana, New York.
Indiana. I told you, Indiana.
Yeah, I'll give you a chance, yeah. And best player, Indiana, Halliburton or Siakam? I'll say it's Halliburton, even though he's not leading scorer.
No, and that's what I like. That's why I pick Indiana. Because there's no best player.
Yeah.
There's no,
Stud.
And I like the big man. I like the big man too.
That's going to be interesting, man, because both those guys love the jump shot. Cat loves to take the 18-footer three-pointer. So does Turner.
I like Turner, man.
Yeah.
I like the way he plays, man.
He's a better shot blocker than Cat. Cat's a defense. Is a
I like the
position
way
defender.
Indiana plays.
Yeah, they play fast.
I love the way Indiana plays, man.
They play fast.
Yeah. Not just that they play fast. I just like the way they move the ball.
Mm-hmm. And I tell you somebody else, man, who I thought not a bum, but I said I can't believe he's in the league. That kid McConnell.
Mm-hmm.
He comes on the bench, plays just 15, 18 minutes. He rolls.
Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't hurt the team. What do you think about him? Have you like him?
Well, it's because of the offense.
Yeah, he's not bad, man. He's not a bad player.
And even though
Indiana,
I was gonna say, even though Halliburton is not, on average the highest scorer, that kid puts it on. He'll give you a 30-point game every 2-3 games. It's crazy.
absolutely, absolutely.
And what else he does with his 8, 9, sometimes 10 assists game? He doesn't turn the ball over.
Yep.
You see, you have 1, maybe 2.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's a high what do you call it? Assister of a guy.
Yep.
Yeah, he doesn't turn the ball over. Man, I like him.
What's it say? The games where he's scoring 12, 13 points, he's also getting tons of assists.
Oh yeah, 15 assists.
Making great looks.
Yeah. Like I say, he's not the best defensive player, but he's a good position defensive player. It's not bad. But see, you got to understand. Like, remember this. Remember UNLV back in the day was scoring 100 points a game without the shot clock. Remember all that? but they were great, and I mean great defensive team, even though they were giving up 85 points a game. It's because of the pace.
Yep.
More possessions. You know what I mean? What happens a lot is, let's say, Princeton's a great defensive team or whoever. No, they're just walking the ball up the court. They're keeping possessions down. They're making a great defensive team. UNLV was a great man-to-man defensive team, even though they were giving up 85 points a game. But they were scoring 120.
Yep.
Yeah, so was Loyola Marymount. Same thing, man. Taking all those shots, shooting the ball, but putting pressure on you to keep the pace going. Go ahead.
Here's the thing, though, about UNLV. UNLV, unlike a Princeton or a Virginia,
right?
UNLV had tremendous athletes at every position.
Incredible.
So they could play defense in any kind of offense.
Tell you
They
something.
didn't care if you walked the ball up. They didn't care if they ran the ball. They didn't care what they did. Those guys were incredible athletes and could just lock down defensive players individually.
Greg Anthony
And
was. Greg Anthony.
Turk had him playing great team defense.
Yeah. Greg Anthony was a good on-the-ball defender, along with Muggsy. Tommy Amica was really good, but Greg Anthony he was a bulldog, man. He was great on the defensive end, and that's where he made his money in the NBA. I bet he played 12, 13 years in the NBA because he could guard people at 6'2".
Yep.
Yeah, he was good, man. All right, let's go to the West.
Let me say this real quick before we go to the West.
Go, Happy.
To me, the Pacers, and here's why I like the Pacers so much, because they play basketball the right way. They pass the ball, they move, they cut the entire game.
That is true.
And that's how you play basketball. And see, that's the great thing about not having a superstar. You don't have to look for one guy all the time, which these other teams pretty much do.
Yeah. Brunson is a guy on that team, the one guy on that team that can get his own shot. Other guys have to be set up. Cat can get his own shot in the post. Yeah, but and Brunson's funny, man. He's got that square body, 6'1", 6'2", big shoulders, big head, but he hardly ever gets his shot blocked. You notice that? And then bigger people are guarding him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He likes that step back too. He creates space really well.
He gives you the shoulder.
Yep.
Gets a little space, and plus the fact he's left-handed.
Yeah.
Which is opposite of everything you usually do. But Hap's got a good point, man. Indiana, they got a roster full of guys that are who are capable. I tell you, he's good off the bench. I can't pronounce it. I hope I'm saying his name right. Mathurin. You know what I'm talking about, Hap?
Yeah.
Yeah, he can score. 6'5", real strong. Plays about
And also
25.
Toppin.
Yeah, if you
I'll be
mess around,
Toppin.
you mess around and get him a step, you might get dunked on. Toppin,
So-
man, he can get woo. So we'll see. All right, let's go out west. We got OKC, who beat Denver. Would you break that team up, Happy? I think I would. I would start dealing guys. Michael Porter Jr. or Gordon.
Why?
I think they're done, man. Not done, but I think this group is going as far as they can go. They've been knocked out of semis the last 2 years.
Yeah, but that means that there's 20-plus teams that didn't make it to the semis. So you're going to break a team up because they don't make it to the Western Conference Championship? And they just won the NBA championship a few years ago?
Yeah, 3 years ago, yeah.
Yeah. I
Murray-
wouldn't personally.
Murray is good, and they got. I thought they found a new player in Braun. Or is it Brown? Yeah, Christian Braun. That kid, man, springy, and I don't like to do it. I'm making fun of him. My friend Happy Cole, my co-host, said a few years back, if Russell Westbrook got with the right team, he is not finished. I thought he was done. Remember that, Hap?
Mm-hmm.
He got with the right team, and that dude is back, man. He's the most conditioned, fit player I've ever seen, along with a young Detroit Piston, Dennis Rodman. I think if you played a full game with Westbrook, let him go in, towel off, he'd come back and play another game
Yeah.
and would not miss a beat. He's got to be 36. Got to be.
Yeah, 36.
Incredible shape, man. They list him at 6'4". I don't think he's that big. 6'2" and some change. I bet he weighs 190 pounds. That dude's in shape, man. He can still do it. Look at wingspan. What did it say, 6'8"?
6'8".
Oh, God. Pablo, you never met Hap. Hap's got a wingspan, man.
Oh, yeah?
You ever had yours measured, Hap?
No, I have not.
Hap's a little bit taller than me, so he's probably like 6'2". So I'm right under 6'2". But his wingspan makes him 6'5", though. That's why he's such a good defender. Not a bad player, man. Hey, Pablo said he got game, Hap.
Well, I'm sorry?
Pablo said he got game. He can play. I need to check him out, man.
Oh, Madden?
No. That's pretty good. No. I need to have another sport. Football. Pablo.
I can still shoot. I had a couple good games in high school.
You still shoot it?
I can still shoot it. Yeah. I'll take over.
That's something that kind of never leaves you, though. If you could do it one time, you could always shoot. What's the problem, Hap? Getting that thing off.
Yeah. Especially
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
Especially when you're 5'0".
Yeah. Well, guys say, oh man, you walk in any gym, they always say, man, you gotta watch that guy. He can shoot.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he's wide open, we'll put some pressure. We'll get in his face.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. All right.
I mean,
go ahead, Hap.
anybody can shoot in the driveway.
Oh yeah. Or in the gym with no defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. So Hap said he would not break up Denver, man. Is Jokic maybe not the MVP this year? I think SGA is going to win it. Is he the best player? He's the best player in basketball, though, I think.
Well, I mean, certainly he has the right to say that, and people who say that aren't wrong. And here again, to the argument, do you want to be the best player in basketball, or do you want your team to go to the NBA Finals again?
Well, of course, everybody wants to win a championship, though. But your play will designate if you're the best player or not. Everybody wants to win a championship. I get that.
I mean, if he had a chance to not have so many assists and not have so many points a game, but yet they managed to make it to the NBA Finals, I think he'd be okay with that.
That's what Isaiah Thomas did. Isaiah Thomas scoring 25, 30 points a game, 15 assists, but getting knocked out in the playoffs. As soon as he took it down to 18 or 20, they're winning. And they got Dumars. So, yeah, I'm with you. I get your point.
But as far as individual accolades, I mean, you can say he's the best player in the league. That's all well and good. But I'm sure right now, sitting wherever he's from, in Bosnia, wherever in the hell he's from, I'm sure right now he's not, he doesn't give a damn about being the best player. He just wants to win.
I think Lucas from Slovenia and Jokic from Lithuania. Is that right?
Jokic from Serbia.
Serbia. Mm-hmm. He looks like a villain in some movie, doesn't he?
Have y'all seen the footage of his brothers at games?
They're bigger than him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting in fights.
Yeah.
They had to put those guys on box seats to prevent them from fighting fans.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
They're just crazy, man.
They're crazy.
Happy.
Yeah.
How about Tyrese Halliburton? Daddy can't go to the playoff games.
Well, that's probably the best thing for him.
He's crazy, man. He can't get nobody's face.
Well, here's the difference, though.
What's that?
Jokic's brothers, they just don't want to get in your face.
They want to hurt you. Yeah, you're right. You got a point. He always sets me straight. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they want to hurt you.
Because them dudes, they didn't talking stuff to them is not enough.
Not a good idea.
No.
Yeah.
No. And because they're not going to just talk back to you.
Yeah, they're going to put their hands on you. And looking forward to it. Want to do it. They're looking for a fight. Yeah.
I knew it was from one of those. I call them the 18. Serbia, Lithuania, Bosnia, one of them 18 countries.
What do you call them, 18?
18, because they all in A.
Yeah, A. Lithuania, Estonia.
I'm slow.
Estonia, Lithuania,
Bulgaria, Albania.
Albania, yeah, all them Eastern Bloc 18 countries.
Abby,
Yeah.
I must break you. And then from Rocky.
Rocky 4.
Yeah.
Ivan Drago.
Yeah. That's my man Drago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Have useless information time.
Uh-oh.
The guy that played Drago, whose name I can't remember right now. Come on. Anyway.
Love Dumfries. What's it? Love.
Dolph Lundgren.
Dolph Lundgren. There you go.
Hap, he has a kid with Grace Jones. Can you believe that? They have a son.
Yeah, I know that.
I bet that kid's some kind of athlete, man. Jesus Christ. Drago's like 6'5".
Massive.
And then like a, what do you call it? He was like some kind of chemistry student, like off the charts, chem guy. Anyway,
And Grace Jones, he was 16.
that's pretty good. Hey, what's that guy? What's that lady's name, man? God, she was on early Seinfeld. Carol Leifer.
Yeah.
She said she had a joke out. She said she had a female gym teacher, and she said, "Coach Johnson, why you never got married?" He said, "I never found the right guy." I fell out my seat, man.
Yeah.
Oh, funny as hell, man. I never found the right guy. Oh my God.
Nice lady, Carol Leifer. She helped me at the beginning of my career too.
Get out of here, really?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Man, she was funny, man. You have a connection with her.
Oh yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Oh my God. It said she was in France. It said she was in France, and they smoke over there. So she got to the restaurant and said, "Would you like smoking or chain smoking?" Carol Leifer, man. Carol Leifer, man. I was like, I would have never done this had I not met Happy, man. I'd be looking up people jokes, man.
Yeah.
Oh my God. All right. The other semi was Golden State and Minnesota in the West. Hey, once Curry got hurt, man, that was it, man. Agreed, Pablo?
Yeah.
Once Curry got hurt, they had no shot.
Not only that, it just took the life out of the team, I think. Right.
And it just happened. It was not fun. They weren't fun to watch. No, once Curry got hurt, man. Curry's 37, man. I think he's got maybe prime another year, but then after that, he shoots the ball so well, he could be in somebody's team at 40 plus.
Yeah. I think the best thing that I saw from that was just watching Kuminga get a chance to shine a little bit more because he's a killer player.
I don't know what's going on there, man. They wouldn't play the guy.
I don't know. Man, he's
I don't know
super
what-
athletic. He took over after Curry stopped playing, and he had a couple of fantastic games.
I'm talking about 20 minutes, 20 points. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hap, do you have any feelings on the Kuminga situation?
I think that Steve Kerr, and I realize this about him, he's a veteran guy.
Right.
He likes to play the veterans more than the young people. So unless you're just outstanding, and I guess he didn't see the growth in Kuminga as quick as he wanted it to be there. Mm. But he's got talent. The kid's got talent.
He's
but I just think Steve Spurrier likes to go with the veterans, man. He's a veteran guy, you know.
I tell you, it was a nice find for him, man, because the guy was not on my radar. Was Pozinski. Mm-hmm. That dude can play, Hap.
Yeah.
Yeah, not bad.
Well, listen, even with Curry, Golden State was not going to win that series.
Yeah, I can see that.
So it didn't. I mean, it gave them a reason not to win it, and it sounds good as an excuse. Well, we had Steph, we could have. No, you couldn't have. No, you were not going to win that series.
They're not big enough.
Because Jimmy Butler didn't do what Jimmy Butler was supposed to do. So until Jimmy plays that way in the playoffs, they didn't have a chance to win. Because where are they going to get scoring from? Steph Curry and who else?
I'm with you, man. Steph Curry, he's made basketball fun for me the last, 12 to 15 years.
He's ruined basketball.
No, I mean, well, yeah, in a way. So did Magic.
How did Magic ruin it?
Hold on, let me finish. Steph Curry made it okay for anybody to shoot threes. It's just not the case. I think in Magic's prime, anybody who was 6'5" or taller who could make two dribbles without falling down, he's a point guard. Magic was a unicorn, man. He was an actual point guard in a 6'9" body. Well, not on defense. Hap, who's your first team all-time worst defensive point guard? Not Steve Nash.
It's not Magic.
Who's worse than Magic?
You said
all-time worst defensive point guard ever.
Oh, maybe Magic. Maybe
Nash is up there.
Steve Nash. Which is, it's a shame because most point guards do play defense.
They have to. They're the head of the defense. I think the Lakers said, okay, Magic's going to give up 30 to Kevin Johnson or Tim Hardaway, but he's going to get 25 and 20 assists. So we'll live with it. And plus, we got Kareem behind us. Steve Nash, the Phoenix Suns, almost to me seemed like they would force a team and to keep, they would shoot the ball so fast and play so fast, almost letting the team score to give them false confidence. And then the barrage came because they were the only one doing that time. What's it called? 7 seconds or less? You remember? It was called 7 seconds or less, man. So I don't know. That girl's passed out at the baseball game. Pablo has a sports on here, man. There's a young girl passed out at a baseball game. Hey, Hat, when you can't sleep, what did they say? What did the doctor say? Take 2 baseball games and call me in the morning.
That's right. That's right. Watch a doubleheader.
That right. That kind of basketball you're talking about. The same thing with Luka, right? He doesn't play defense. He can't keep up with players, but they know that he's going to score 25, 30, and so they're okay with it.
He's generational offensively, man.
Offensively, yeah.
Yeah, and generationally bad defensively. Yeah. I heard Hap take a breath. He's going to say something. Go ahead, Happy.
I'm just going to say, man, when you were talking about the executives of the year, I give that dude in Dallas a lot of credit, man.
Hey, he got last laugh, I guess.
I give him a lot of credit because he pulled the trigger on that deal.
He stuck to his
guns. He knew that he would be hated for it. He knew the fans wouldn't understand. He knew that the team wouldn't understand. But he pulled the deal anyway. And it appears as though it's going to work out for them.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, though. It works out. Anthony Davis's health is a wild card. And if Kyrie can come back reasonably close to what he is. What was it, a knee, right? It wasn't Achilles, right? It was a knee.
Yeah, I think it was a knee.
Yeah.
Kyrie will be fine. And plus, Anthony Davis got to realize he didn't have to do all the things he had to do in L.A. because they got Lively and that other dude now. So.
Can I say something for our listeners out there? That's why, man, I fake being Hap Cole's friend. That's why I want to punch him in the face. That's a good point, man. I should have came up with that. That's a great point, Hap. He doesn't have to be the...
no, he doesn't have to be that guy.
He's got Lively and Gafford. They can do it, and they're young.
Yep.
Happy, that's a great point. Cut your minutes down, 7 or 8 minutes a game.
Yep.
Give us 20 and 10, not 25 and 15, and we can win.
Yep.
Great point, Happy. I'm mad, but great point.
So now they're looking at either the number 1 pick or a potential trade for Giannis too, right? There's some talk about that, about being able to put up.
I've heard rumors about Giannis going to Golden State.
Oh, that would not be a good place for him to go.
You don't think so?
No.
What's the hole in Giannis' game, Hap?
Well, one, he can't shoot jump shots, and
you can't close.
I would say two. What's that?
Can't close at the line.
The free throws. Yeah. So, but if you had a chance to get him, you got to take him. Despite all of that, it's Giannis. You got to take him.
I still think he's a top 5 player in the league. This year he averaged 30, 12, and 5. He has a 20 assist game this year too. He had 20 assists at Philly. It's amazing.
Okay, well that shouldn't count because it's Philly.
Now, Happy, I've heard you say, I've talked about garbage time or stats, and you said stats are stats are stats.
Stats are stats, yeah.
But you said it shouldn't count, though. Here's Giannis. Here's Giannis. 30.4, 12 boards, 6.5 assists.
Well, you got to take him for the scoring and the rebounding.
Yeah.
You have to. You have to. Whatever he does on top of that is icing on the cake, but you cannot let that guy, if you get a chance to get him in your building, you have to put him in your building if you have the opportunity to. I don't think it's a good fit with Golden State myself, but if I'm Steve Kerr or whoever the management is there, you got to take him.
I'm with you because Golden State's a running, shooting team. And he's not a running, shooting guy. You're right, Hap. So that's kind of cool. But
they would change the way they play though.
They would have to defeat him. We've gotten off track here. Let's go back to.
Is there a track?
Yeah. We got Denver. OKC took out Denver. You were saying something about SGA during the last week we were talking. You say he takes bad shots. Yeah.
He takes a lot of forced shots, and And I noticed that in that series. It takes a lot of forced shots, a lot of off-balance shots when the defense is up on him and all that. And it may be because whoever was guarding him, he couldn't create separation from, and the shots looked like they were forced.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's his game.
Now,
maybe that's why he's averaging 30 points a game. So
33 to be exact, and close to 55% from the field. Look up SGA stats for me, Pablo.
But he does do one thing better than any other guard in the league, I think.
What's that?
He does get to 10 to 12 feet from the basket when he wants to.
Yeah.
And he's got the DeMar DeRozan mid-game talent.
That's a good point.
So,
DeMar DeRozan has been probably the best, when you say, in the league since his last 5 years, 6 years, best mid-range scorer.
Since he's been in the league, probably.
Yeah, he can score, man.
Yeah.
I have SGA 52% from the floor overall, 37, almost 38 from three. And you talk about getting to the line, 89.8%.
Yeah, I mean, so there's no weakness in his game really. But I did see a couple of games that concerned me about his shot selection, and they actually sit him down a couple of minutes there, and the team moved. They moved the ball without a minute, and I'm a fan of moving the ball.
Yeah,
so
I see you saying.
Maybe it's just me looking at it the wrong way, but I always notice that when he's not at the game, everybody touches the ball. Everybody.
It's an old saying, man. Everybody eats. Yeah, everybody eats. Yeah, you're right.
But I can't argue with the success they're having. I mean, hell, they're in the Western Conference Finals, so.
And they won 68 games this year.
Yeah, maybe I should shut the hell up.
But the season's not over. It might come back to haunt them, man. We'll see.
I mean, hell, at this point, you had a successful season. There's only 4 teams left in the NBA.
And you're one of them.
Out of 30. So I figured if you get to this point, you've had a really good season, a successful season. You did things the right way. Then you got something to look forward to next year. So even if they don't go to the NBA Finals, even if they get there and lose, their season was great considering where they came from 4 years ago.
Well, I'm picking, they were bad. I'm picking OKC, and not just because of SGA. They got 2 7-footers that can play, man.
And the Knicks?
Haven't switched back yet. That's a good. Hey,
Pablo. Is he here, Pablo?
Yeah.
Is he here?
No, I didn't say anything. You said that. Hey.
I haven't switched back yet.
That's one of the first things. That's one of the first things I learned from half about comedy, man. That was what you called it, a callback, right?
Callback.
Yeah.
That was funny, man. That was a good
Pablo. Pablo, you heard it.
I heard it.
No, I didn't. You said it. I didn't say anything. No, I'm saying.
He just said I haven't switched back yet.
Yeah, okay, I did say that. Hey, but listen, man, stop laughing. But listen, the OKC got 2 7-foot. I'll tell you, man, I knew home could play. That Hartenstein guy's not bad.
No, they play well together too. That's
12
what makes them so
points,
great.
and what's even more impressive, the 12 boards.
Yeah.
Now, what I do is because shooting is better now than it was in the 60s. And you had Wilt and Russell must got averaging 20-plus rebounds. I take a third of the total you're averaging now and add it. Like, say, Hartenstein's averaging 12 boards a game. It's 1975, it'd be 18 a game. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because more shots means what? More rebounds a game. Yeah. Have to remember this guy. You're talking about pace. Sean Marion, right, Hap?
Mm-hmm.
Sean Marion played for Phoenix. Averaged 12, 13 boards a game at 6'6", whatever he was, pogo stick. Same player gets traded to Miami. He goes down to 8 rebounds. Not because he's the worst player. It was the pace.
Mm-hmm.
It was the pace. Yeah, you play fast, you're gonna. That dude was good, man. Had that funky jump shot, but he could board, man.
Mm-hmm.
And his teammate, who had some of the best hands ever under Stoudemire, never averaged double-figure boards. That blows my mind. How good he was. 9.6 was the highest he ever did.
Wow.
But Steve Nash throw that pass with a blindfold.
Yep.
Stoudemire would catch and dunk it when he had. Catch and finish.
Yeah. See, and here's the thing.
Go.
Here's the thing. I don't know if he rebounded, I don't know if it was the pace or what. He was just active on the boards.
He was great.
Yeah.
Marion was great, man.
Yeah.
He was getting 15, 16 boards. He was awesome.
Yeah. And I think, see, to me, in an offense like Phoenix, you have the opportunity to always be around the rebounds.
Yes, I'm saying pace. Yeah, you're right.
No, not pace, position. So, to me, when he got to Miami, he didn't play that position. So he wasn't able to get near as many rebounds because he wasn't in that spot all the time.
He was away from the basket, yeah. And had some great playoff matchups with Nowitzki. He would guard Nowitzki when Dallas and Phoenix had those playoff meetings. Man, they be going at it, bro. Hap, would you agree with this? And Pablo, would you agree with this? A 5-6 year stretch, Dirk Nowitzki was the toughest matchup in the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
A true 7-foot guy who could shoot the three, but what he really had was that foul line post game.
Yep.
He would post with the foul line, turn and face you. That was your ass, man.
Yeah.
He was nice, Hap. What would you put him in the guy you've seen in the last 20 years? Nowitzki.
No, I think even with his game and his height, because he had a guard's game at a center's height.
He was incredible.
But the thing that made him so tough was he had a nice turnaround jump shot,
Oh, yeah.
that was almost impossible to block. And once he turned on you, he leaned back with it. So that
And put that leg up.
7 feet at an angle, you couldn't get to that.
Yeah.
You could not get to that.
God, he was good.
Because he shot the ball like a guard. So he was incredible, man. He'd be a hard matchup for anybody today.
Oh, he was the blueprint for the stretch four.
Yep.
But he was stretching way out there, though. Yeah. Guys,
I got to disagree with you on that.
What's that? I said the blueprint. He was the first
he
guy.
was not the blueprint for the stretch four.
I know you're talking about Larry Bird and Rick Barry, but he was so much bigger than them, man. Larry Bird, man, some say he was a legitimate 6'10". Dirk was 7 foot and some change, man. Like almost 7'1".
Yeah, he was just unique.
He's incredible. He's one of my favorite. He's one of my favorite players.
Yeah, that's something you couldn't copy.
Yeah, I'm with you. I agree. Yes, that's a good way to put it. Yeah, he's a unicorn, very unique, kind of like Magic, but at the forward spot.
So going back to the big guys for the Thunder, Hardesty is a good player because he's got really good hands. Everything around the basket. He's kind of a garbage man where every little thing he can tip inside. He just makes a lot of quick points, but he's up there all the time.
Yeah.
And he's really effective at it. And I think, like you said, I think Happy we were talking about him and Hogan playing really well together.
Yeah.
I think
they do play. They play well together, and they give each other a lot of spacing to work in there too. And they do a big man to big man passing game that is really, really good to watch.
What, the high low? Yeah, you're right, Happy.
Or side to side or high and low, whatever,
Everything.
Yeah.
Back and forth, high low.
That 12-foot space that goes around the basket, 12-foot, parallel to the baseline on both sides, right, and the free throw extended, they make great passes to each other. And they're lob passes, bounce passes. Hap,
I'm going to take you back, man. There's another set of big men that used to do that back in the day, early 2000s. Chris Webber and Vlad Divac for those good Sacramento teams. They were a great passing duo.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah, they were good.
One of them could play, the other one. Okay, so
I'm confused. I don't know where you're going.
Chris Webber was a baller.
I'm of the thought that that timeout kind of messed Chris Webber up. He's a top 75 player in NBA history. Even with that, I'm thinking without that he had a complete game, man. And I tell you what he really had was what I call the defensive rebounding gene. If the other team missed, he got the rebound. Charles Barkley could do that. Yeah, Webber was great, man. Could pass. Whole his game was free throw shooting. And I think also he had a mental lapse in that timeout thing. Because Mike Bibby would pass the ball to him and almost hit him in the nose getting it back. You know what I mean? It was going to, I'm talking the closing minutes. Yeah. Happy, you still there?
Yeah, okay. I'm here.
I heard some feedback. I didn't know if you had lost it or not. All right. No. Okay, we still haven't gotten to the rest of the Western Conference. We got to go because we got to look at the couple of teams' NFL schedule for. Have you here till 9? Correct.
That is. I'm here. Yes, that is.
Okay, so we got 45 more minutes. Let's go. All right, Western Conference Final. Happy don't think Denver should break anything up.
No.
No. Pablo. Well, I'll say this. Does Denver have a bona fide number 2? Is Jamal Murray consistent enough to be a number 2? I think yes. I think they need a third guy.
Okay. That's not Russell Westbrook.
Well, he's great off the bench. I think his primetime days are behind him just simply because of age. But
yeah. Wonder who they could get.
Jamal Murray
is really consistent. Which
it's pretty good. Yeah, he's pretty good. I like Jamal Murray. Where you stand on Jamal Murray, Happy?
No, he's good, man. He had he was sick. He had the flu.
But he came back from that game and finished with 25, though.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if those guys are healthy, the outcome of the series would be different.
You think so?
I think. Yeah. If Porter was healthy, Gordon hamstring.
Porter hurt his shoulder.
Murray had the flu. Yeah. So the only healthy person out there was the yoke.
Yeah, all these guys on this team are strong too.
Yeah, Diesel.
Yeah, all of them. Jamal
And they're
Murray
young.
is a stocky dude. He plays. I mean, he's fast. He's consistent. I like his
And
pace.
he's big. He's like 6'4".
big. Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
All of them. It's a really tough team.
What is Gordon? 6'10"?
What was that?
Gordon 6'10"?
They had the other night he was playing. They listed him at 6'10". I don't think it's that big though. But I tell you what he can do.
It's at 6'8".
Yeah.
6'8". He can get off the flow.
And Porter 6'10".
Yeah, big team. The smallest starter would be Murray, 6'4", 5".
They got Porter at 7 feet. Oh no, that's wingspan. He's a tall dude.
He's like 6'9" or 10.
Yeah.
I remember he signed in Missouri, big time recruit, never played a game because of his back. All right, and then we had Minnesota beat who? Who did they beat?
The Lakers.
So they've been waiting since they beat the Lakers. They played somebody else, didn't
No, they did. I just said the Lakers because I don't like them.
they? LeBron.
Yeah.
Timberwolves beat Warriors.
Yeah, they beat
Beat the Warriors.
Yeah.
they beat the Lakers and Golden State.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hap. All expenses paid. Weekend party at LeBron's mansion. Where you go?
They have to send me pictures.
I do hate LeBron, man. All right. So, Happy. I'm not going to say anything. Knicks, Pacers, you got the Pacers. Who you got, Pablo?
I'll take the Pacers as well.
Wow, I'm not going to say anything. All right. OKC, Minnesota.
Just let us know when you make your mind up.
I got OKC.
I'm gonna wild card go Wolves.
Ah.
I love the way Ant plays.
He's a player, man. And I'll tell you what, the Tasmanian Devil going to cause some problems, bro.
Hey, and don't they have a Nas Reed on that team?
They do.
Yeah, but Hap. Nas Reed didn't do nothing against Golden State, man.
Well, maybe he didn't have to.
Julius Randle is a killer player too.
He stepped his game up, man. I give him some credit.
He really has.
Hap, your favorite center of all time, Rudy Gobert. I said he would trade him in a second.
Yeah. DiVincenzo's been playing really effectively too.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mike Conley controls the ball. I mean, I think it's just.
I tell you, the start in the making, a two-way player. Two-way meaning offense, defense. McDaniels.
Yep.
Hap 6'9" and long.
Yeah.
Can guard people, man. So I look for him to take a step up next year.
By all means, now don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy series for OKC. This might go 7.
Yeah.
So.
OKC's deeper though. I think the combination of Hartelstein and Holmgren gonna make Gobert look even worse than he is.
That's not easy. That's not hard to do.
Yeah. Also, if
a guy alone, man.
If Caruso plays shutdown D like the last game too, that's gonna be tough.
Guy's underrated.
Yeah.
He's a good
Yeah.
player.
Just coming off.
Yeah,
like
he is. And look, I give Rudy Gobert a lot of stuff, man, but I'm sorry. at that size, you should be doing more in a basketball game on a more consistent basis. You can't go, 8 points, 12 points, and then all of a sudden 26 points, and then back to 8, 12, and people go, "Oh my God, Rudy's great." No, Rudy's not great.
Rudy had one good game. Because that game we had 27, 24. I gave Hap a hard time. He said, man, it's one game out of the last 30.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do it every night. Do what Jokic does every night, and then
we can talk.
That's when you deserve that praise.
Jokic so good when he does it, they don't even talk about it anymore. They just say the numbers because he does it so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Do that. Do that, Rudy.
All right. So then, according to you two guys, you got the Pacers. The Pacers and OKC. If this happens, who would you pick?
Yes.
Between after those two?
Yeah.
That's tough. I mean,
Happy. OKC. I mean, Pacers gonna win the championship, man. Boy, didn't give me a hard time.
No, the Pacers certainly can win the championship.
Yep.
Well, we're getting ahead of ourselves. The Knicks got to win. They got to beat the Knicks first. All right, NFL. Let's go to NFL schedules.
Okay.
I definitely want to hear what some things Hap got to say with this. Last time we did the Steelers, we did the Cowboys, we did the Commanders, we did Minnesota. All right, we did the Buccaneers because Hap want to know about the Buccaneers. All right, we got to pick a team. Hap, who
Wood?
Yeah.
Before we get started the schedule, let me just say this. Here's some breaking news in case you guys saw this today.
Okay.
But our beloved Mr. Woodson, is it Charles Woodson?
Yeah, Charles Woodson, great safety and cornerback. Yeah.
Yeah, he is part owner now of the Cleveland Browns.
Minority owner. Good for him.
Limited partner.
Literally.
Figuratively and literally.
Yeah.
How did you gonna say that, man? He got a limited stake and he's black.
Yeah.
All right. Man. Okay, good. That's saying something.
1.1%.
Hey. What's the girl's names? The sisters, the tennis playing sisters.
Serena Williams.
Yeah, they own a piece of the Dolphins.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. They I'm sure they own more of the Dolphins than Woodson does the Browns.
How much does they own Hap? Are you being serious?
0.1%.
You lying. See, Hap trying to be funny, man.
Pablo, look it up.
Let's see. We got...
If it's 0.1%, it should never even put that as news.
Woodson bought 0.1% of the Browns franchise. If the Browns' valuation was on par with the 49ers, then Woodson would have paid around $860,000 for the title of limited partner. Yeah, 0.1%.
He'd be getting a check every Saturday, though.
You think I was making that up, didn't you? It sounds so ridiculous.
It sounds so ridiculous, man, because he'll be doing comedy, man, over 40 years, so he'll find it funny or something. All right, here we go. NFL schedule. Let's go. Who we going with, Hap? Pick a team.
Let's go with the New England Patriots.
That's going to be interesting because they are my pick to be the most improved team in the league.
Patriots. Let's see. Sweet. Here we go. Week 1 against the Raiders.
I think you're right, Wood.
Yeah, they got a chance, man. They got the right coach up in that piece. Not preseason.
Yep.
All right, here we go, Hap. Go back.
Yep.
At the preseason.
Right. The Raiders' first game.
First game against the Raiders. Raiders come in. That's a loss. That's a win for the Patriots. So 1-0. You agree, Pablo?
Yep.
Next game.
At the Dolphins.
I think they can beat the Dolphins. Speaking of that, Brock Purdy got that huge deal. I think Brock Purdy is a West Coast version of Tua.
Oh, yeah.
A little undersized. Weather, it needs good weather on his side, and they make things happen.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yes. Say it.
No.
All right. Whoa.
No.
Is it not a fact? Is it not a fact that Tua doesn't win in cold weather?
They're nothing alike.
They're both undersized and they're both weather needy.
And that's where the comparisons stop.
And that's too. So how are they different? Besides being left and right-handed, black and white,
Well,
or Hawaiian and white, whatever it is.
So Tua every year pretty much leads the league in passing yards, or is in the top 3
until it gets
every
cold.
year.
Until it gets cold.
First of all, and he is a much more better deep ball thrower, much more across the middle thrower, and he did the most with the least amount of talent.
Now that's true. That is definitely true. Purdy shined when 49ers were stacked. Now, I will say this, and I don't like to say this. Hap does know his football. I'm not giving it to him. That's a fact. He knows his football. As a matter of fact, our highest rated show was on his college football analysis. But anyway, let's go back to the schedule because Hap and I disagree on two. All right, Steelers at Patriots. Hap, I say Mike Tomlin has his first losing season, but I'm picking Patriots 3-0 so far. 4-0. They're gonna beat the Panthers.
Yeah.
They're gonna lose at the Bills though. That's next game.
Yeah,
but I will say this. I will say this and give Hap credit again. Hap said Drake May will be a good NFL quarterback when he was still playing in college. I said hell no, and I'm wrong because that boy's gonna be all right, man. Still agreed, Hap?
Yeah,
you still believe
tough,
that?
Man.
He's good, man.
Tough. Yeah, he's tough.
And tell you what he's underrated at. He can run.
Oh yeah,
he can run, and he's what 6'4"? He's a big kid, man. He can run.
He's the size of Josh.
I will give credit where credit's due. Hap said that. All right, they'll beat the Saints. Saints in trouble.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know who else I like to give credit to too?
Who's that?
Malika Andrews. Good Lord, is she fine?
Whoa!
What were you saying now?
Malika Andrews is not fine. Fine. Look at that girl.
Yeah. Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Wow.
Yeah, really. Yeah, she's beautiful.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. What were you saying? I got thrown off track.
I don't know what time it is. Yeah, she's fine, man. The Saints in trouble. Patriots beat the Saints. So far, that's 5-1, I think. Titans. Oh, by the way, look out for Cam Ward. We'll look at their schedule next. Look at the Titans' schedule next.
Okay.
All right. I got Titans win that game, man. And
against New England?
We're making these predictions. Well, I am. All things being equal, no major injuries, quarterback still playing. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you never know what happens. Browns at the Patriots. Man, so far the Patriots are 6-1 or 2.
How many games did they win last year? 4?
4, something like that. But they were in a lot of games. They just didn't. I think they coached a little bit over his head. They just didn't have to, and they waited too late to start playing Drake May.
I think the Browns have a 0.1% chance of winning that game.
Good callback. That's a good one. Pablo been listening. Happy.
Well, Mr. Woodson would appreciate that.
Yeah, that's funny. That's funny as hell. Hap. Falcons at Patriots. I'm looking forward to seeing what Michael Penix Jr. does next year. We got a whole year in front of him. He's going to be all right.
I think he's going to ball, man.
I think
he's
right.
going to ball.
Patriots at the Bucks.
Oh, man. They're going to lose to the Bucks.
Yeah, Bucks. Good, man. Jets at Patriots. That's a win. So far, I think we're looking at 8-3. If
the thing, Wood.
predictions hold up.
Here's the thing.
Go.
However many games they won last year,
double it.
You should add 6 or 7 games to that.
So you're talking about 10, 11 game season.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's good. Drake May and the coach, man. Mike Vrabel's pretty good. How many games did he last year?
Let's see, 24.
What was the record? 4-13. So at how many games that? You think they can win 10, 11 games?
I think they 7 or 8 to that 4. Yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah, going 10, 11 games. Let me tell you something, bro. They're going to be all right, man.
Yeah.
They're going to be all right. All right, we start with the Buccaneers. They'll beat the Jets. I'm sorry. They'll beat the Jets. They'll beat the I don't know about no, they won't beat the Bengals. They'll beat the Giants. Giants go to there. That's 4 losses. 5 losses.
Against the Bills.
6 losses. The Ravens. They beat the Jets again. Hap, I think you might be right. That's according to our whatever, and the Dolphins come to the Patriots last game. That's 11 wins.
Yeah, I think that's
11-6. I'm telling you, they're gonna be all right, man.
Yeah, I think they'll be good. In that division, they might win that division. Well, no, Buffalo.
No, not beating Buffalo.
Buffalo.
All right, look at the Titans. I think they're up there, the second most improved team. Cam Ward start day 1, Hap? I think so.
He should have started last year in college.
That quarterback was bad. What's his name? Will Levis.
Yeah.
Man, that
Yeah.
coach, when they were zeroing on that coach, he just be mad, man. With his arms folded real tight. Pissed.
Because you know you wanted to curse. You
You
know
know,
you
you
wanted
know
to
he
curse.
did at the podium. All
You
right.
know.
First game against Broncos.
Yikes.
At Broncos.
Will
Yikes.
will Bo Nix be out of the old folks home by then?
Well, he'll get his first Social Security check, but he'll be ready for the game though.
I said Bo Nix was a 28-year-old rookie. Man, you know that man was that old. All right. Underrated team. Half things are too high on them. The Rams. Rams in Nashville. The Rams will beat the Titans, man.
Yeah, they'll beat the Titans. I mean, it's going to take
Next
the Titans a minute to figure things out.
So it's 1-1. Colts. Titans will win that game.
Yeah, I think they can beat the Colts. Yeah.
Hap, why did the Colts make a move for a quarterback? I'm sorry, man. Hap, you said it best. Hap, what is Anthony Richardson?
He's a great athlete.
Not a quarterback, though.
No, he's not a quarterback.
Man, you put that dude in split end or tight end, you got something on your hands, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's not a quarterback. But what they're going to do is I think they're going to use him a little differently this year. I think they're going to put him in more RPO situations and let him, run the ball more from that setup. And I also think if teams play Tampa 2 defense, I think they're going to allow him to do an RPO and throw the ball across the middle because he's not a great thrower.
No.
But that's an easy throw to make against the Tampa 2 defense.
Tampa 2 meaning?
The two safeties are back, and
Gotcha.
the cornerbacks are playing man-to-man.
Okay.
So, yeah. And but he's not a great thrower of the basketball, but he is such a special athlete, man.
He's a
special.
6'6", and just crazy good. So all right. So right now that makes him. We got him 1-2. No, 2-1. The team took a step back. I don't think he did, but the Texans. C.J. Stroud's still a good player, man. The team took a step back, not him. But what you got to understand is he lost his two best receivers last year.
Yeah.
Tank,
I think
Tank and
the
Stephen
Texans
Diggs
will be fine. I think they'll be fine, man.
Who? The Texans?
They'll be fine.
Yeah, Texans.
They'll be fine.
They'll bounce back.
Yeah.
Titans at the
Yeah.
Cardinals. I'm picking Titans, man. Hey, what's the man name? Kyler Murray. Half's not a big fan. He just, I don't know, man. Word is he don't put the work in. Film study or reps.
He spends so much time scrambling. He's not looking up as much.
Man, he looks like Kazoo from Bugs Bunny.
He's like an athletic Kevin Hart.
That's a good one. All right, that was funny. I gotta admit, that was a good one, man. That was a good one. Kevin Hart. Oh my God. All right, what we got so far? They're 1
and 3, something like that.
1-3.
Yeah.
No, 2-3.
2-3.
They'll beat the Cardinals, I think. At the Raiders. I'm not saying 'cause I'm a big Raider fan.
Yeah.
The Raiders are missing a quarter. They definitely got an upgraded quarterback.
They have Geno, right?
You got Geno, man, who was number 3 in the league on play-action plays. If the Raiders got a running game, Geno got a chance to be successful. And they got an upgraded coach too with Pete Carroll.
Geno should get the comeback player of the decade.
And I thought that dude was out of the league. And Chip Kelly's the OC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's gonna be good.
Yeah.
That'll be an energetic coaching staff right there.
Yeah, they're gonna do some stuff, man.
Pete Carroll's 73, but it's like 43.
Yeah, no.
They got
absolutely.
chewing gum,
Both of them.
talking. Yeah, crazy. So I hope they do. I want them to do well, man. All right. Patriots coming to town. Patriots going to beat them, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Colts. They'll beat the Colts, even though it's in Indy. Chargers.
Yeah, I think they can beat the Colts anywhere.
Yeah. All right. Chargers coming to town. Chargers win that game, man. That's 3-4. Texans come to town. It all depends. Man, on Cam Ward, man. If he is good as advertised, and I think he is. You know what Cam Ward reminds me of? You remember you playing football growing up, man, and you draw the play in the dirt or you do it on your hand? He's a backyard quarterback, man. He made off script made things happen. And just to think, man, 3 years ago he was at Incarnate Word on nobody's star list.
Yeah.
Transfers to Washington State, then transfers to Miami. He went from nowhere to no one picking the draft. All right, Seahawks. You like them, Happy?
I've always liked the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I've always liked the way they play. I've always liked the management there. I like the owners.
But they got that crazy home crowd. Like that game's in Nashville. I'm going with the Seahawks on that one. I'm with Hap. They do things right.
Yeah,
They can beat the Jaguars. If Trevor Lawrence doesn't step up this year, man, they release that guy because they owe him a ton of money.
They can't release him, man.
Too much money.
Too much money, and like I always say, your replacement is.
Well, who else you gonna get? You're right, bro.
Well, they still got my man there from Alabama, right? He's a backup still there, right?
Who's that?
No,
he left. No, he signed with San Francisco.
Oh, he went to San Francisco now?
He's going to back up Brock Purdy.
Okay.
And I'm telling you, man, Hap, why are you talking to him? He's underrated. He doesn't stink.
No.
He had an all-pro season with New England.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they signed Cam Ward.
They ruined that boy.
They ruined him, man. They signed Cam Ward, and I don't know what happened.
Signed who?
Cam Ward. I said Cam Ward. Cam Newton.
I was like, wow. Okay.
Yeah, signed Cam Newton. I'm sorry.
That kid gets around.
Happy. All right. They'll beat the Browns.
Yeah, I'm afraid that a lot of teams going to beat the Browns next year. Now, the only hope, and I know we're not talking about the Browns, but I'm just going to say this real quick. I think the only hope that we have, man, for the Browns, because the defense is always good. The defense is always good. They play hard the whole game. It's got to be either Shedeur or Dylan Gabriel that's got to make a difference this year. Got to make a difference. They have to.
I think
Joe
Flacco will open up at the starter, and by the third or fourth week, Shedeur Sanders will be the starter. Shedeur Sanders is better than Dylan Gabriel. Dylan Gabriel's 5'10", man.
Yeah. Let me say this to you.
Go.
You saying Joe Flacco is going to be the starter until about the third or fourth game?
That's what I think.
Okay. I'm thinking Joe Flacco is going to be started to the third or fourth quarter of the first game.
Man, stop doing jokes, man. Be serious. You don't think
I'm serious.
Okay. All right.
I mean, it sounded funny, but...
No, it was funny, actually. They're going to cut Kenny Pickett or release him or whatever you want to call it. They're going to keep Dylan Gabriel, I think. Shedeur's better than both those guys. Shedeur Sanders completed 74% of his passes with no running game and a terrible running for his life offensive line.
Well, those numbers will get you into the NFL.
Okay, that's a nice line. That's a nice comeback.
Now, there's no guarantee you can repeat those numbers once you get to the NFL.
Well, it's a whole different ballgame. From what I've been told... Those are nice numbers.
Those are nice credentials to walk in to an NFL locker room.
6'1" not very big, but yeah. Isn't Lamar like 6'1" or 2"? Lamar Jackson?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
I think he's good, man.
Well, there's not a lot of difference between every quarterback in the NFL with the exception of a few of them.
Yeah. But here's my
thing. They're all pretty much 5'11" to 6'1" or 6'2",
and they list them bigger than they are a lot of times.
Other than the kid that's playing in San Diego, Herbert.
They're 6'5".
Other than Buffalo, Big Josh.
That guy's a gazelle.
There's not a lot of big quarterbacks, man.
Well, it's not a drop-back league anymore. That's why. All right, we got 4 more games. Titans at 49ers. 49ers take a step back this year, man. They got 3 of the highest paid guys in the league at their position.
Yeah, but didn't they get rid of Samuel?
Yeah, he's with Commanders.
Yeah. I think that's gonna come back to haunt them. And God bless Kittles, but he's an average tight end that has a great reputation for being great.
He misses a lot of games.
I don't think he is all of that. But, in the last 4 years, the tight ends have become really relevant.
Thanks to,
And
what's the man's name?
Gronkowski?
Well, he was great.
Yeah.
With Kansas City now, celebrity. What's his name?
Kelsey.
Yeah, Kelsey.
Travis Kelsey.
Yeah. I mean, he was in that group too that got them up. Andrews was one of them before.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah.
All right, quickly, Happy. Name 5 tight ends in your last 20 years you've been watching. Well, let's go 10 because Pablo's younger than us. Tony Gonzalez was great. Gronkowski. Kelsey. Who would be the 4th one?
Antonio Gates.
Antonio Gates.
Yeah. Man, he was good.
Antonio Gates.
Good until the end, too.
Yeah, to the last play.
Yeah. Now, he shouldn't be on this list, but when he only played for 2 years, I think.
Who's that?
But he put up some good numbers.
Who are we talking about?
Hernandez.
Yeah.
Crazy as hell, but was a good player. Yeah,
yeah,
he was a good player. He was crazy as a mother.
Yeah. So, but the time he was in the NFL, he put up some great numbers. Yes.
My favorite team has a new, young, great tight end. Brock Bowers.
Bowers, there,
Yeah, for the Raiders, going to be really good, man. And he's 23 years old.
What's the kid
Georgia Bulldog.
The kid that played for Green Bay that went to play for the Saints? Tall.
Jimmy
Graham.
Jimmy Graham, yeah.
You know he's from my hometown?
He's good.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Have him call me use information, but Jimmy Graham was abandoned by his mother. And the lady next door took him in.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And the rest is history.
A lot of people don't know that, Pablo.
Wow.
It's true, though. That's not useless. That really happened. That's funny, Hap. Hey, you know what, though? Oh, my God. That's funny.
I'm trying to think of these other big guys. Because there's a couple of really good little guys. I mean, like, Zach Ertz was a good... Zach
Ertz is a good tight end.
Yeah. Tight end.
Yeah.
His wife is fine, too. The soccer lady.
The kid that's playing now for the Ravens, Likely or Liker, what's his name?
I think it's Likely. I think you're right. No, Likely's a basketball. No, Likely is a football. Lively is a basketball player.
One of them, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's really good, man. Really, really good. Even at times, like for 12 or 13 games out of the season, the tight end for Cleveland and Njoku is good.
Yep.
Yeah, he's hurt a lot, but he's a good player.
Got good hands, runs good routes for a big man.
And huge.
Got good vision. He's a big guy.
Yeah, he's huge. All right, so we got these 49ers. All right, we got 3 more games, Hap. Chiefs at the Titans. I think the Chiefs will beat them. Mm-hmm. Saints win for the Titans. And Jaguars win for the Titans. That's 8. That's 8 and 9. And they can still win. They can have a winning season next year. And the division is really weak, so they got a chance to win it.
Yep.
The division is really weak. Who's in the division? Yep. We got Titans, Jaguars, Colts.
Man. Oof.
Pretty bad. And Browns.
Damn.
No, Browns not Browns. Titans, Colts, Jaguars. Come on, Hap.
Who else is in there? What is that? The AFC
South.
West?
AFC South. Titans, Colts, Jags, and Texans.
Texans,
yeah. Texans, yeah. Yeah, that should be... Whew.
What? Garbage division?
That should be. I mean, that just sounds not good.
Well, I remember a couple, not more than a couple now, probably 10 years ago when the Panthers made the playoffs, it was 79. Remember that? When Marshawn Lynch had that crazy run and stiff armed like 3 guys. Yeah.
And ran through the whole team.
Yeah. How you made the playoffs, man, with a losing record? That ain't right.
Because of the NFC South.
Come from that division.
Yeah.
Yep. That's right. That's right. Hell, I got the worst division. I mean, I'm playing the worst division, and I probably got the worst record of any team in the playoffs, but I won my division.
Yeah, there you go.
So, I'm in.
They're trying to make it I think, is it NBA or NFL's trying to say the best record should be and not just division winners. I think they got shot down, though.
So, you want to hear something crazy?
Go.
This is my Panthers fanaticism being an idiot. But 2003, Year before, Panthers have a losing record. Ohio State wins the national championship in football.
One of the worst calls in history.
Panthers come back, go to the Super Bowl. Okay. First game they play. Who is the first game Panthers this year? See, Panthers, Jaguars. Yeah, Jaguars. Okay.
Panthers at Jaguars.
Jaguars. Panthers go to the Super Bowl that year. Same thing happens again. 2015. Ohio State the year before wins. Panthers have a losing season. When they play the Jaguars, go to the Super Bowl. This year, Ohio State
Wins the
national championship. Panthers have a losing season. First game against the Jaguars. So, if I'm a betting man, I gotta put at least $5 on the Panthers to go to the Super Bowl this year.
Yeah, that's
and
fine.
if you win,
Hey,
have to come up with something.
that's great, man. That's great that you know that. But that is $5 too much. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Because I'm a big fan of history, but they have lied to you, Pablo.
man.
Oh my God. Pablo crazy. That's
see.
funny though.
I'll get back to you in the Super Bowl.
You get back to the January.
Yeah.
Hey, Pablo,
I tell you what, Pablo.
Go.
If the Panthers even make it to the Super Bowl, Lynwood will give you money.
You know how you left yourself out? Yeah. You give me money. That's good. Hey, now I only do this because there's a guy who used to be connected to radio shows, a big Panther fan, to give him a hard time. The Panthers have never had back-to-back winning seasons.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That is crazy, especially with Cam at the head. That's crazy. Yeah, after 15, 16 was a terrible season. And before, bad too. Made it to the playoffs, like you said, 7-9, but followed by a Super Bowl season. So,
Wow.
Overall, bad.
That'll be interesting.
Yeah.
That'll be interesting to see that. That is. You know what though? That's good information.
Oh my God. God, you crazy, man.
Oh, man.
All right, so we've done two teams. Hap's got to go in a few minutes, so we got to speed it up here. Let me see. What we got? Will the Pittsburgh Steelers have their first losing season? I say yes. I think luck is no longer on their side. They are tone deaf to offense, and sometimes, man, a coach's rah-rah just runs stale. So let's look real quick what they got. We're gonna look real quick. We're gonna speed through this. Mm-hmm. Let's see the schedule. Pablo's on that right now.
Right here. First game against the Jets.
Oh, that's a win.
At the Jets.
That's a win. Go. No. Okay, yeah.
Let me say this before you move on. All right.
Go.
I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have a losing season.
Okay. Okay. Well, we'll see. Hat, we'll put a dinner on that. All right. Pittsburgh Jets. I say the Jets get them. Not because I want to win the bet. Seahawks at Pittsburgh. Come on, Hap. I got the Seahawks.
I said okay. All right.
Steelers at New England. I got New England. Now I did the same thing last year, and the Steelers surprised me.
Yeah.
Vikings at Steelers. The only reason I say the Steelers because I don't know who the Vikings quarterback's going to be.
I don't know.
It's going to be J.J. McCarthy.
Who couldn't throw who hadn't mastered a forward pass his senior year at Michigan. Browns at Steelers. That's a win for the Steelers. Steelers at Bengals, loss.
Bengals.
Packers at Steelers, loss. They'll beat the Colts. They'll lose to the Chargers. Bengals again, loss. So far, Hap, what we got? 3-5. That's just my estimation, not yours. At the Bears, are the Bears going to be a surprise team? I think they'd be better. Ooh.
I think they will be better. I think Ben Johnson will make a difference there.
Yeah.
Since he's got, history with past quarterbacks.
Right.
And I think that he's a better coach than the old guy was, and I think players respect him more. And a lot of times when you play, it's all about players' respect so you can get the most out of them. And I think they bought in some weapons that's going to make a difference there.
Oh, will you?
And they shoot up the offensive line a little bit on the left side, so they'll give Caleb Williams some more time to get rid of the ball. So I think that, I think it's going to be better for them this year. Now, the question is, how much better? Are they going to be, instead of winning 3 games, are they going to win 12? Are they going to win 8? It's hard to judge how much better they're going to be, but they will be better.
Yeah, be better.
Which is not going to be a hard thing to do because they were horrible last year.
They sold up their offensive line until they signed that center, and I think Ben Johnson might be not might be. He's definitely an upgrade from Eberflus. All right. Bills at Steelers. You know, Bills will kick that butt.
Mm-hmm.
Steelers at Ravens. That's another loss. Dolphins at Steelers. What do you think, Happy?
Steelers.
And you were dead on with your saying that my Tua Brock Purdy compared. Tua does throw a lot better deep ball. Steelers at Lions. That's a win for the Lions. Browns. They always played each other tough.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's because of the rivalry. Yeah.
Yep. Ravens too, and then lost to Ravens, I think.
Now I got them at 7 and 10. They can steal a game. 8 and 9. You still don't think they have a losing season, Happy?
No, I do not. I think they're going to do the same thing they did last year. They're going to be one game over 500.
That's what they were.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they were.
Yeah.
Should the
Only
Lakers go?
And I say this because despite what their offense woes are, they still have a really, really, really good defense.
They led the league again in defensive spending. So that's their identity, man. All right, check it out.
So,
Happy says no. What do you think, Pablo? Pablo's a big Panther fan, but I know he knows football, though.
Yeah. I mean, TJ Watt healthy right now?
Didn't they?
that's a good question.
Didn't they release him?
Did they? No, I
Look
don't
it
think
up.
so. Let's see. TJ
No.
Watt. No,
Somebody
I
big got
don't know.
released.
No, he's still playing.
He's still
Current team, yeah. I think if TJ Watt's healthy, I think they still have a winning season. Like Happy said, I don't think it's by a lot, but
He is pretty good.
But he and that whole wall, man.
It wasn't TJ Watt who got released. It's one of the Bosa guys.
Oh,
San Diego released the
Oh,
Bosa guy.
gotcha.
San Diego makes Nick Bosa.
Yeah, they released the Bosa guy. All right. New topic. Should the Lakers shop Austin Reeves have to get bigger and get more shooting? I think Austin Reeves kind of exposed in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, they had him in the wrong position. You know, what do you do with LeBron James and Luke in the game? So where are they going to put him on offense? So on defense, he's got to guard somebody that's bigger than him at all times.
That is true, and he's like 6'5". Yeah.
Because you're not going to put Luka on somebody that can outscore him. I mean, just beat him to the basket.
Yeah.
And you're not going to put LeBron on somebody like that either. So.
Nah, we give Luka a hard time by not playing defense. LeBron don't play on defense anymore either.
Oh, LeBron stopped playing defense, I think, in 2015.
I do hate LeBron, man. Ain't nothing like it. All right. All I have, you got a couple more before you go. He won't do it, but if LeBron James took the minimum for the Lakers, and I can't tell a man what to do with his money, it would really help them, man. But he's gonna get the max. He's gonna take the max. He's taking the max every time he's come up for agency. He's not gonna do it. What do you think, Cap?
Yeah, you're right. I mean, I can't blame him for that. I mean, what he can do, though, is have the Lakers not pay his son $4 million. That'll save some money somewhere.
Bam! His son's not a pro, man. But I get it. He's not gonna do it.
They pay him like a pro. I mean, so theoretically, he is a pro, I guess.
All right, the NBA. There's a new guard coming up, as in young players. Is it time to move off Curry, LeBron, and KD? They're all out of the playoffs. KD didn't make it at all. Who's the face of the league, man? It's the young guys now. So those guys are done.
Yeah, I don't know if you can move off of those guys as long as you're in the league. So it's going to be hard to replace them until they actually retire.
But they're not playing. They're not making any meaningful games anymore. They're not going to win any playoff series.
Doesn't matter though. But they still put asses in the seats.
And what's the bottom line? What's the bottom line, Happy?
Money, man. Always money. You know, always
green,
money,
baby.
Yeah, and they still get ratings on TV, especially if they play each other. You know, that's a big ratings game.
The Christmas Day game.
People were almost so excited because they thought maybe, possibly, if Golden State hadn't gotten in that playoff situation where they had to win the play-in game, they would have played the Lakers.
That would have been great for ratings.
In the first round. And people were hoping because of Steph Curry and LeBron James.
All right, Hap.
So
yeah, it was it. And Pablo, last one. Well, before Hap goes, you can finish it up. Are the Dallas Cowboys still America's team? I say no. What's this date right here? January 15th, 1995. Don't say anything, Hap. I think I'm going to ask Pablo. January 15th, 1995.
Last time.
Go.
Yeah, last time they made it to the postseason?
Last time they were in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, okay.
30 years ago. 30 years ago. And they still talk. Kansas City is now America's team.
What was your question, Lynwood? I'm sorry.
Are the Dallas Cowboys still America's team? You know, that's their moniker. America's team.
No, they're South America's team.
As in, get out of America. Dude, Hap, January 15th, 1995.
Yeah. Here's the thing, Wood and Pablo. Real football fans years ago gave up on the Cowboys becoming what they were. It is the Cowboy faithful and that star that has kept that alive for so long. But people who follow football know that the Cowboys are not and have not been the team that they're used to seeing years and years ago.
People don't, that's a good point. People don't admit it. That's 30 years ago, man.
Yeah.
Kansas City's right smack dab in the middle of the country, kind of. Can get fans from everywhere. They got people, even football with the helmets. Everybody knows who Patrick Mahomes is. Everybody knows who Kelsey is. Andy Reid. Speaking of that, isn't Andy Reid going to break Bill Belichick's record pretty soon?
He's close. I think he's a few seasons away, though, Wood. I think he's at least 3 seasons away.
Papa's looking at it right now before you break. Before you go do your show.
Yeah, I think it's at least 3 seasons away.
He's got to be getting close, man.
Yeah, he's close.
Yeah. So three more Kansas City Chiefs seasons, he'll probably get it.
Yeah, I'm just guessing. I say 3 seasons, though.
But I'm saying, when I say Kansas City Chiefs season, I mean as in good.
Double-digit wins.
Yeah, double-digit wins. Good point, Hap.
Yeah.
333 wins, 178. What's Andy Reid's record?
301, 163.
So 32 games in 3 seasons. That's 10 wins. Yeah, you're right, Happy. Yeah, 3 more seasons of double-digit wins. They'll be right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I think he can get it as long as Patrick Mahomes is healthy. They got a tight end ready. They got a tight end ready to replace Kelsey.
Yeah.
That young
I forget that guy's name.
Yeah, I can't think of his name right now, but he's right there.
Yeah.
Pablo fast as hell on this damn computer, man.
The question is, Wood.
What?
Can he catch Don Shula?
Wait a minute. Can he catch Don Shula?
347.
Yes.
Oh, that's 3+ seasons.
Yes. Therein lies the question.
Oh, I'm confused. So Bill Belichick is
not the winningest coach.
See, I thought Belichick had broken Don Shula's record.
No. He was trying to chase Don Shula. Bill Belichick, in the last 4 years, he became closer to getting the all-time losing record than he did to getting the all-time winning record.
That's right, bro. Let me ask y'all this, man. Do y'all think Bill Belichick is going to ever coach in the NFL again? I think not. No, I'm sorry. I think he's going to coach this year at UNC and not set the world on fire. Go back to the NFL.
You think?
He took that $10 million check, bro.
I don't know that he makes it back to the league, but that's...
He is kind of old, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can only have one Pete Carroll, so...
Yeah.
I don't think he's going back to the league. I don't know if he'll coach at Carolina after this year, but I don't think he's going back to the league.
Well, he made a smart business deal with that $10 million 1 year thing, and can get out of his deal after 1 season.
Yeah.
Well, his girl is his lady friend is building a real estate empire.
I will say this. I was at a dinner the other night where Lombardi spoke, and he gave a really impassioned speech about how they're changing the culture in the stadium. He was talking about how...
Oh, Mike Lombardi?
Yeah, he's talking...
The GM?
Yeah, GM. Yeah. He was talking about how, there's not one jersey of Peppers or of LT anywhere in the stadium, and they pulled up all this old photographs, and they're trying to just change the environment so that the players themselves actually have pride in the history of Carolina football.
Make it rah-rah.
He's like, why would anybody want to stay unless they actually feel that? You know what I mean? And so I swear, I got up and wanted to clap, man. He's really into it, and I think it sounds like Belichick is too. He's helping push a lot of stuff. So whether or not he stays a year or not, I'm hoping that he actually changes the environment here.
Well, I've always said this. Now, I could be nuts. If Michigan State, Florida, Oklahoma, Oregon, I can name a couple other schools, can do it in football and basketball, why can't UNC?
Money right now, but I think it's coming in.
I just... Happy.
Yes, sir.
Happy. Tell Pablo what ACC stands for in Spanish. That's one of his all-time best. What does it stand for, Happy?
I can't. What did I say? I can't remember right now. What did I say it was?
Garbage football.
Yeah. In Spanish, it's El Garbacho. Yeah.
What I'm saying is this. If you can't do it in ACC, Dabo Swinney had one of the best quotes of all time. You know what he said? It's not my responsibility to build a great league. It's my responsibility to build a great program. Mm-hmm. And that's what he's done. Right, Hap?
Yes, he has.
That's what he's done. The fact that the other guys can't keep up with him is not his fault. Now, I don't think Dabo Swinney will be kicking butt like he does in the Big Ten or the SEC, but he would win games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he would win games.
He would win games, yeah.
Yeah,
he would. Dabo Swinney has been a juggernaut. Yeah, he's been a juggernaut at
Clemson.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he would win some games, yeah. So, well, all right, gentlemen, I got to run upstairs and tell some jokes.
Yeah, you do that, man. You're pretty good at it, and we'll see you next week, and I'll call you tomorrow, and we'll catch up.
Okay, thanks, Pablo.
Yeah,
thanks,
man.
Wood.
See you,
Yeah, man. All right. Like I said, Dallas Cowboys no longer America's team. And by the way, Pablo, they've also lost 7 of the last 12 Thanksgiving games.
All right.
5 of them by 20 points or more.
Wow.
It's over, man.
Yeah.
Now, this is what I also said. Dallas might have shot themselves in the foot by overpaying for Dak. The quickest way to become non-relevant is overpaying giving a B quarterback or B minus A money. Mm-hmm. But if you are not an absolute stud, an A-plus prospect, you got to hit on the intangibles. And Dak Prescott is great at the press conference at the microphone. He's buttoned up. He's a grown-up. Doesn't make excuses. He's great. Brock Purdy, not the best prospect. Kind of smallish, blah, blah, blah. You know what he's great at? Pre-snap prognosis. Mm-hmm. He can read the play. So he's not 6'4", he's not 220 pounds, doesn't run a 4.2 40, but he can do that though.
Yeah.
So if you're not a stud, you can't come in with attitude. That's why Shedeur Sanders fell, I think. He cocky, taking some interviews. But you're not your father, man. Your dad can do that. Mm-hmm. Your dad is possibly the greatest cornerback of all time. And what else, Pablo? And this is a line I got from Coach Smith. It ain't bragging if you can do it.
Right.
If you can back it up, it ain't bragging. Shedeur Sanders, you can't have a celebrity quarterback, man. Celebrity backup.
Yeah.
A great backup quarterback can go to the grocery store, put on a hat, put some shades on, and nobody don't know who this guy is. You know, Lamar Jackson can't go to the... No, he can't do it. Mm-mm. Tom Brady couldn't do it.
Nope.
But their backups could.
Yep.
You can't have... Tim Tebow is the worst example of a celebrity quarterback ever, man. He's a backup quarterback for the Jets. And all reporters want to talk about him. No. Get out of here. Now, I will say this about Tim Tebow. When he was with Denver, they made the playoffs.
Yeah.
And everybody was making fun of him. Somebody was taking those snaps. Somebody was throwing that ball. It was him.
Yep.
So if I'm going to give him junk, I got to also give him credit where credit's due.
That was a playoff game against Steelers, right?
Oh!
Man. That slant.
And my man's dead now.
Oh, that's right.
The receiver, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Damn. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened, but like 80-some yards, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And just ran away from everybody. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let me see here.
That's Demaryius, right?
Demaryius Thomas.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech.
Mm-hmm. Crazy to think about such a prolific wide receiver playing in a program that ran the ball and did triple option plays at play after play after play.
Who else? Calvin Johnson.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Crazy.
Well, what I've heard this. What they do is say, we run the ball 75-80% of the time, mm-hmm. but when we throw it deep,
yep.
and that's where you come in.
Yeah.
Because they'll run the ball 30 straight times, and the quarterback's like, hey, it's another run play. Ah! The guy's gone. Oh, my God.
Where's
Safety.
We're gonna need you. Oh man.
That guy was a stud, man.
Oh man.
Calvin Johnson. Oh my God. And graduated in 3 years. This is my use of information.
Yeah.
With honors. 6'5", man, like 240. Jesus.
Massive.
Oh, massive. And just great. He was great.
Yeah.
Wasn't it him and Matt Stafford with the Denver, with Detroit Lions?
Yep,
Yeah.
they were lines together. They called him Megatron.
Yeah. Here's a good Matthew Stafford versus Aaron Rodgers. What do you think?
I mean, it's I guess history will tell, right? Right now, I got to give it to Aaron Rodgers just because won a Super Bowl. Although I guess right.
No. I'm gonna go against you. I'm gonna push back against you. Aaron Rodgers, Matthew Stafford, without question, the better high school prospect. I mean, everybody wanted him.
Yeah,
Went to Georgia.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers went to junior college for 2 years, and then went to not a football Power 5 school, Cal. Aaron Rodgers had to sit behind Brett Favre for 3 years. Matthew Stafford started right away for the Lions, but he's with a bad franchise. Put up numbers, still throws a beautiful ball. Aaron Rodgers won 4 MVPs. Now he definitely had a better prime than Stafford.
Yeah.
Stafford also won a Super Bowl.
Yep.
Rodgers won a Super Bowl, but Stafford now is still viable.
Yep.
People run from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
So I think overall, Stafford had a better career. Rodgers had a better prime, though.
Yeah.
His prime was awesome. Those 4 MVPs say something, man.
Yeah.
And he also threw a great ball.
Yep. And was unstoppable on those years.
You know, they lost 3 NFC Championship games on their home field. The Packers.
Oh, man.
Ain't that crazy?
That's crazy.
I was going to go against him. Now, Happy disagrees with me. He says that being a good teammate doesn't matter. I don't care if a guy's an asshole. I don't care if he's just like, it does matter, bro. Unless you're a super duper star.
Yeah.
And I think it only kind of works in football. I mean, basketball.
Yeah. No, yeah.
Wilt was kind of flaky. Everybody loved Bill Russell. They die for him.
Yeah.
Kareem stoic. Michael hard. But he was so off the charts great that it didn't matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But these
Larry Bird doesn't have the best reputation as a teammate.
Yeah.
Okay. But off the charts great. You gonna say something?
No, yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, the locker room matters so much. You're leading these guys to war.
It does matter.
Yeah.
Hap don't think it does. See, here's what I think. I think Luka Doncic is a generational offensive talent. Generational. But his bad conditioning. And you ever notice, especially when he was Dallas, let's say I hit you for a chippy and you miss it, he would give you this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Always bitching with the referees. Horrible, horrible conditioning. He wilts in the last 5 minutes of a game. Here's what I think. I think Dallas traded him, man, because they're paying him $40 million now. And he's a problem. Next contract, they're paying $70. You can't control him now.
Yeah.
Remember that video where the guy come and took the beer out of his
Took a
hand?
beer can?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Michael Finley.
Yeah.
Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's like assistant to the general manager or whatever. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think being a good teammate matters.
I think so too.
Yeah. I'm telling you, man, Bill Russell's passed away now, but you got 80-year-old men crying about Bill Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah. They love that guy.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so somebody's hurt.
That's it. That's Anthony.
That ain't good.
He landed funny.
You know, he might be one of those guys like, except for a broken foot that Michael had his second year in the league, third in the league, whatever, second year in the league.
Mm-hmm.
He was indestructible. I mean, little things just didn't bother him. Sprained ankle, like a guy that missed a game because of a thigh bruise, might wrap up and play.
Yeah.
And played 36 holes before the game.
The conditioning.
He says the one place he got away from people, though, because everybody warned him when it was time, so he can go to the golf course, nobody could bother him.
Yeah.
I don't see how anybody thinks he's not the greatest player of all time.
No,
Kareem's a strong argument, but Kareem's a big man. Michael, the reason he's so great, he did it from the backcourt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And defensively. I mean, everything. It just
guard three positions.
Yeah.
Either guard and a small forward.
Yeah.
But, Kobe's the closest thing ever to Michael. But you know what I say, man? The reason I think Mike's the greatest, people forget, man, the mitts.
Massive.
Massive. I call Kobe Bryant the greatest bad shot maker of all time. And the reason he had to take some of those shots because when he would commit to the air, he couldn't pull it back. He had to shoot it. You'd be with Kobe Bryant, you'd be like, man, what the hell? Great shot. You know what I mean? Because he double, triple jackknife. But Mike could just fake people out.
Yeah.
And he had that control in the air. Usually, great guys with oversized hands aren't great shooters. That's why he's Michael Jordan, though.
Yeah.
He's the greatest player of all time, man. It ain't close. I could talk about that guy forever. And the funny thing is, Pablo, the thing about Michael is this, man. It's easy for me to say, you know what, man, Miles Davis is the greatest trumpet player ever. One, it's probably true. And two, I don't know him. So I could talk about him.
Yeah.
I know this guy.
Yeah.
I know this guy. It's like, hey, that's Pablo. He's a bit. I know. It's hard. It's hard to wrap my head around it.
Yeah.
He's an absolute baddest in the history of basketball, man. In the history of the NBA.
Yeah.
Period. The coldest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. We're talking about teams. Tyrese Halliburton, I think is the best player on the Pacers.
Mm-hmm.
But it doesn't have to. It doesn't have to show. He doesn't need a spotlight. He doesn't mind. He brings everybody out.
Yeah.
Now, the only bad thing I say about him, he is walking on that step back. That's a travel, man. It's like James Harden-ish from like 5 years ago. But everything else, I'm good with. But he's walking that step back.
Yes. But he is a team player.
Without question. Yeah. And all knees and elbows. Flying down court, 6'5", real skinny. And he gets that, I don't know how, bam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him, man. I like him. I kind of fall in line with Hap, man. They're like that Detroit Piston team that beat the Lakers. Chauncey Billups, Ben Wallace, those guys. Not an absolute stud on the team, but they were great as a unit.
Yeah.
I think it was Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton. I think it's who the other guys were, please.
Yep.
2004 Detroit Pistons. I remember Chuck Atkins. He's a good player.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Billups. Oh, Elton Campbell. Hubert Davis on that team.
Hubert Davis. Tayshaun Prince was on the team.
Great defender.
Mm-hmm.
Remember the chase down blockhead against Reggie Miller? Oh, my God. I'll never forget that. Darvin Ham.
Ben Wallace. Rashid was on the team.
He's interesting. I'll tell you a story.
Mm-hmm.
It's in 1995. Coach Gudges gives me a call. He said, he hadn't seen you in a while. Would you come down and work camp? Blah, 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 blah. Work all 3 weeks, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'll still kind of in good shape. 95, make me 31. Still in good shape. So I come down. This is going into Wallace Stackhouse, their sophomore year.
Yeah.
And we would play like pickup games after the camp. And a lot of times now I was like this. When I saw that 6'10", run like a deer, blocking shots. And Montrose was a lottery pick that year. And Rashid was embarrassing him, man, in those pickup games.
Yeah.
Anyway, I said, this guy got a chance to be, the second greatest player or as good as, 6'10", man. 5 inches taller. Anyway, he made it clear, though, when he got to the NBA. I think, I've heard, they didn't want to be the man. Want to be one of the guys or the second guy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, man, it's not just all about being the best player. Being the man means a lot. You got to face the media.
Yep.
You got to take all the blame, even when you're not wrong, when you weren't the cause of it. It's not all about ability, man. It's about all the other things. And Mike can do it, man. Mike can do it. That's why I think LeBron James. That's another thing Mike got on LeBron James. LeBron would deflect when his things don't go his way. I'm just a player. Mike takes it out. My fault. Should have won. We should have done this. Should have done that. Oh, what a shot. That guy stepped it up. By the way, you see us glancing off here where Paul's got the Minnesota OKC playoff game on. And that's a guy who stepped his game up the last this playoff run.
Julius Randle.
Oh yeah, before that, man, people looked at him as a guy who wills in the playoffs. This year, in my mind, he's the reason they're winning because he's really stepped it up the last.
He's still so big. He's aggressive, and he's done a little Brooks Lopez where he's picked up a 3-point shot too.
And he was a pure post player at Kentucky.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Now he's like a wing, a legitimate 6'9" wing.
Yeah. And he looks like a center. I mean, he's massive. He's huge.
Yeah. He's a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
I think we're gonna call it a night.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for tuning in to the Sporting Hour with yours truly, my co-host Mr. Happy Cole, and Mr. Pablo Vega singing for Sam. And again, this nice studio I'm sitting in is Pablo's studio. Pablo, did you custom do this thing?
Yeah. Yeah,
It's all you?
built the interior and then redesigned it 3 years ago to make it a full production studio.
Well, that's nice, man. I'm very appreciative of that. Thank you very much. Sign off. This is the Sporting Hour with Lynwood Robinson, and we'll see you next week. Thank you very much.